Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 23. This is episode 31. Following the classic season, which it's weird to have the classic season literally be just 4 races, but okay. Get used to that. I guess for all the years we've been playing the game already, it's 2029. We have had no classic season, so take what you can get. It's just weird to not have a full calendar, but as we proceed, we're back into the Breakaway Cup. This is one of the 3 regular races that we've had for many years now. But this is the one of the 3 that we struggled to score points with. We occasionally get some points here, but we just couldn't quite get the balance right. Wasn't the right kind of race profile-wise for us to find much success. But also, as what we found out through Paris-Nice and the classic season, this is our opportunity to get the bulk of our points. This is where we face some weaker opposition. The rest of the time, there's too many dominant teams. There's too many strong teams around. Too many strong riders around for us to do much head-to-head with. So this is a big opportunity for us to bag some points, some really important points to keep a high position in the standings. And like I said, in years past, we haven't necessarily done well at this particular race. So it's more important than ever. Early in this first stage, I was contemplating sending somebody else in the break to make sure we get the combativity award. But just knowing that without controlling them, it's awkward, it's weird, and I'm not likely to do much in these stages anyway. I've tried to sit back and be a leader for these stages and not do anything useful. So I might as well just go get the combativity, get the King of the Mountains, and call that a successful race. That's picking up points. So, we're in the break. We were solo. Minute and a half ahead of the entire peloton with not a single other rider attacking until Apers attacked. And then just as the peloton was getting out to the 2-minute gap, Gavazzi decides that he's going to also attack. And then the peloton also decides that, wait, no, 3 riders is too much. And so now our minute 56 advantage that we had right there, right on that cusp of being full-on confirmed and no worries, has come back quite a bit. And they are chasing down Gavazzi. Not where I want to be. Getting Apers up to me is good, but having Gavazzi just 45 seconds behind him, 35 seconds behind him, is not particularly helpful in this situation, and it's going to waste a lot of energy. Speaking of wasting a lot of energy, we've used a lot of energy going solo already. Now, this is all but assuring the combativity award, as long as I'm actually able to get into the breakaway tomorrow, as we've got a huge advantage, a lot of kilometers before anybody ever gets up to me, even if those 2 join the break tomorrow. I should be strong enough now to easily fend those 2 individuals off. But the worrying thing is how the peloton has pulled back half a minute already on us because of their reluctance to let a 3rd rider join the break. He's now down to just a 10-second advantage, so hopefully they can make contact with him soon, and then they'll once again set up. Then I can set up and let Apers get to me, and we can then ride off into the sunset. Only a single KOM, not combativity, KOM point today. Feed zone just after that, so I don't have to be afraid to use my gel in the near future. And actually, I might as well just use it now while it's going to be particularly useful. Less than 10 seconds for Gavazzi. Let's hope they make contact with him, pull him back soon, and then decide to sit up once again. Big problem, though, is, we went from a 2-minute advantage down to 1 minute. And if somebody else decides they want to attack and they want to join the break, we could find ourselves in trouble sooner rather than later after being solo all this time. Apers has nearly caught me. Apers is starting to drop back away from me, so he is run out of energy. We have run Apers out of energy. We could be solo in this sooner rather than later. And Gavazzi just 3 seconds from contact, and finally he is reeled in. Peloton has sat up. Peloton has sat up, gap out to 52 seconds, 53 seconds. Aper's also going backwards though. This could end up being my first ever solo breakaway. Having ridden solo all this time, we are now just 5K away from the King of the Mountains, the only point of the day, secured jersey at that point. And meanwhile, that Peloton is finally just about back out to that 2-minute advantage that we so nearly had locked down before that last attack. So we have made it to 2-something. Apers, as he recovered, he's starting to close in on me a little bit. Just 52 seconds behind right now. Peloton's still in that sit up and let the gap get out mode. Therefore, we can now lower our pace. Apers will or will not make contact with us. Don't know yet. At the moment, he is closing the gap down rather quickly. But as we go and easily get this first point of the day, 40 seconds though. Gotta make sure he doesn't make contact before the top, but he won't. We're half a minute ahead of him. One and only point of the day. Very intentional, even though it's not steep, about arrow tucking right now as we descend to get as much recovery as possible through that stretch. It allows Apers to close up another 10 seconds, but the Peloton's not worried about it. They've just now gone over the top of the climb. They're not that far behind. Coming up on the first intermediate sprint point of the day, it's not even something I need anymore, but I might as well go for it. So here we go. Apers also pushing on inside that 1K, and we should have an... Oh, he is coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's got some speed. He has got some speed. Ooh, we just got it. I almost threw a hair too late there, but I got it just in time. That was super tight. I thought I might have better top speed than him, but I did not. Better acceleration than him. Puncher, that part makes sense. But the top speed, I think he was maybe a single point better in overall sprint speed comparatively. Peloton's not too far behind, just 2 minutes at this stage. Our recovery is not complete, but we've recovered a decent amount from where we left off to that intermediate sprint. We've got another one coming in the not too distant future. We'll still definitely be ahead by that point, but there's 50K to go in the stage. Coming up on the second one here, we're going to get a little bit earlier jump, just over 1K out, and this time Apers does not react to it. We've got some separation from him, but I have expended my red bar a little early. Will he come on hard? I throw early. He is coming on hard, but I got enough of a jump on him to hang on. Peloton's getting even closer now, just less than a minute behind to the sprinters anyway. 16K to go. Peloton's just about to make contact, and there they are. So I am back in the group. I'm also going to go ahead and use my gel now. It's a little bit punchy at the finish, it looks like. 5K to go. We're going to take over here in just a moment. 4.5K. Alright, it's on. We're going to try to improve our position here. Thanks. Tighter left-hander than expected. And we're working on trying to improve that position. 3.4K. We will need to not forget to tell teammates to attack. 2K. Ratsko gave me a little squeeze there. There's Sagan. Was our teammate for one season. Okay, giving everyone else the attack command. We'll see what they can do. I've remembered for a change, and I'm coming right up on it right now. 1.1K and slightly uphill is not quite the position we need to be in, but we're going to give just a slight acceleration first, and then push on towards the finish. Van Poppel gets me blocked off. I lose a little bit of pace there. Case Bull's a little better place than I am. Okay, now flat out the rest of the way and the throw. It's a top 10. I'm not a pure sprinter, and everybody else had what they needed to get a result. I'm finding this result a little hard to take. It looked like we were well inside the top 10. I mean, clearly not top 5. No doubt about that, but I thought we had a top 10. I thought I was at the front of my team Yet Cockard is 11th, Case Bull was 12th, and I was 17th. How that happened, I don't know. That's not going to be good for the points classification, meaning I can pretty much forget about that one. As you can see now, we're a ways behind. I should have easily had another 8 to 10 points, which meant, that next stage, 2 intermediate sprints, could maybe do something. But we're 18 behind Gaviria right now. If he takes those intermediates again, and, we're only going to gain maybe 4 points each time, we'd gain 8 points overall, depending on what happens at the end of the stage. If we place well enough, you could get the points. But now, I'm not so sure we're going to be in contention for that one. But huge advantage on the combativity. That should set us up well. The next stage is longer, but we've got a huge start. Apers is the only one who's there, and he's well behind us. So getting into the break is all it's going to take in the next one to get that. KOM is going to be the main target, though. Here's one of those concerning stages where the field doesn't want us to go. They are worried about us being here because we didn't lose time on that last stage. We're a contender of some sort, and so they're pushing. So there's 11 riders up here right now with me. I'm sure green jersey, all the jerseys are here. So the overall rate, Gaviria's here. That's going to make it really hard for us to get away if none of them want to work. And the peloton doesn't want to let us get away. So we are in for a heap of trouble here. But if I can spend some kilometers off the front, I can cut down enough kilometers anyway to still get the combativity. 23 seconds ahead for now. We could push on for a while and then just rest and recover once they actually make contact with us. But if I can get somebody else to actually work, which Scully's not. No, the peloton, you know what? We're still pulling away. 29 seconds. That'll give me a little rest here. But I'm getting very little support in this of these 11 riders. So that much is clear. But I could rest, recover for a while. Once the peloton makes contact, I go and attack again. Since none of them want to work, take the recovery. I've gotten kilometers off the front here. I will get kilometers again. I will just have to attack now. And there's now 10 of us. Okay, back it off a little bit. 30 seconds ahead of the peloton. This could work for a while. At least to set up the combativity anyway. Looks like that King of the Mountains might not be happening on a day like this. They don't want me in the group. There we go. Scully comes forward again. And we employ the same tactic. We recover. We're collecting these kilometers off the front. Once they make contact, then we go. So these guys aren't interested enough in contributing or pushing, doing really anything to allow this to actually become a breakaway. Might have actually gotten cooperation within the group finally. We're a minute ahead. There's 10 riders. I worked for a really long time there this time around because for a moment it was looking like it might actually work. But now, the guys that are here are kind of going, hey, we've got ourselves a break. We might as well. And not all the leaders are here. Green jersey, the white jersey are not present. Suro, the overall leader, is here for this one. But there's finally some support. So at a minute 20 and riders riding, I think we might have done it. We might have created a breakaway situation, which is going to give me a chance at a KOM. Not going to be easy with 10 riders here. We're going to have to win a handful of these to guarantee. How many are left? Let's see, 7. I have 1 point out of 1 so far, and then there's 7 points available. So 8 overall. 4 points would obviously do it. So I need to win 3 of these. In order to take the jersey off me, somebody would have to win more. At 4, I should have the tiebreaker, but 5 to be sure, right? We've managed to get out to 2 minutes. It looks like the breakaway is working. Still riding at a 90. We've already let up slightly Will we continue to ride on at this level, or will we back off? I would imagine we would keep riding at this level with this many riders. You're not having to take turns very often. Our group has sat up a little bit. We're down to a 70 on the effort level, which is actually starting to get that process of recovery happening just slightly. So that slight recovery will eventually get me back out there. But we're 3K from the intermediate sprint. The challengers are here, though, so it's going to be really hard to not only beat them on this intermediate sprint, but beat them, period. Not to say we won't try, because there's going to be an attempt here regardless, and we don't want to get left behind, so we're going to just kind of go for it. But at 1.6K, I find myself in a prime spot starting out anyway. 1.3K, it's time to kind of roll through, yeah. And attacking coming out of there is the perfect spot, and we get that little jump on everyone, that little head start, and that's going to be enough. Wow, we got it comfortably. That was all timing. That was all timing. I was just overtaking Arndt to be the leader of the group there, and just hit that left-hander in that little downhill section, which gives you a quick increase to your speed. That little acceleration boost, perfectly timed, perfectly placed, and I easily get the point. Coming up on the first KOM, like I said, I need to win 3 of these. I've got myself fairly well placed in 3rd at the moment, as we're at 1.8K to go. Not much climbing happening here. It's a mighty minor hill. There's that 1K banner. We don't want to go at the 1K banner, but we're now 2nd wheel. Maybe at this red car or a little after. No, we're still 600 meters out. There's guys pushing now, so let's go. Will my punchiness get me there? It's certainly got me out front, but I can't go max. I can't go max. I gotta ease off a little. I've got it. I've got it. There's the first one. That's 2 points now. And we're still holding at 2 minutes over the field. Alright, I've moved up my position as we head into the next King of the Mountains, 2.4K. Still just about 2 minutes ahead of the peloton. They don't like us getting away too far here, but we've got enough firepower to really hold them off as long as we want to. 1.3K. Final kilometer. Already we're getting a push, huh? Going early this time. I'm trying to save my energy. This might not be the one unless they fade. 300 meters. Nope, not able to come through. Rutsch was the one who went first, and he was able to hang on. Peloton's going pretty deep, chasing us as well. We're having to use everyone's gel before we head to the feed zone here. This could have an impact on the overall race, not just the breakaway here. In fact, there are riders out the back. Moretsko was in the breakaway early, one of the early attempts of it, and he's been dropped. So you can see his effort has not worked out for him. Nobody wanted to go work, so I'm trying to attack early. It's probably not going to work out. That would be a good time to use his red bar and have a little bit more. I'm 7 seconds ahead, 6 seconds ahead. They're going to come charging, though, here at the end. 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and finish this off. Go get that point. And we are going to get that point, I think. Yes, we do. Got there. Read the weakness of the group. Took advantage of it. 3 total points now. There's 4 points left. Rutsch could get that. One other rider, if they take all of them, could get that. So the opportunities for them to steal the jersey from me are growing limited. Having taken 2 of the first 3 points. Yeah, Moretsko way behind, so he's struggling. But otherwise, the peloton's entirely together. It is a definite sign, though, of the fatigue that has started to set in, of the work rate that's going, and suddenly nobody wants to work. That's not good. They want to get caught by the field. which I suppose wouldn't be terrible, but I want to get that one more point in the King of the Mountains before we get caught. I wouldn't mind waiting till the end of the stage and contesting the stage itself. Wow, that... What? Oh, come on, game. I hate when it does that. I absolutely hate when it does that. The buttons become unresponsive. Field is splitting. I am in the front group. It's going to probably yo-yo and come back together, I would imagine, but my position is completely compromised. The breakaway, completely compromised. The gap to the breakaway is growing right now, not shrinking. All because the game encounters a bug and won't freaking pedal. Pause 3 times, and Rutsch gets the point too. Lots of splits. Sivikov in a group of 12 that has made a small break. My position has improved a lot. I'm 28th overall on the road, and there's 21 up there, so this is the chase. Gap is coming down slightly, but just slightly. Not that rapidly. It's down to 32 seconds. Prades gets it. Good. Okay, it wasn't Rutsch. It wasn't Rutsch. 3, 2, and 1 now on those points. Really? Man, I get squeezed on so many corners. 1K to go, and it's a sprint. Not looking much like a sprint though, is it? 900 meters. There's Soro going for it. They went early and left themselves nothing for the finish. Oh, I'm already done too though. But I get through first. Soro still goes second. Oh, I gained 3 points. It's not just 1 point gain. So I gained 6 points on him. But again, those 8 points that I lost on the previous stage were costly. Nine-second advantage. 10-second advantage. It looks like I might hang on for this. As it yo-yos. But it's down to really just the 52 in contention. I've got enough energy to get to the end, I think. We're spending the day in the break. Let's change things here a little bit. Johannesson looks good. Van Hoek looked good. We need to protect the sprinters. So, 18K to go. Final KOM. Lutsenko takes it. No one's worried about it anymore as I had it locked up. 13K. We will win the King of the Mountains. We will win the combativity. Now, we're going to go for the stage win. A lot of guys are tired. Sivkov, Johannesson actually have more in the tank, so there's a chance that they're going to be kind of set up for doing something better than the sprinters. 1.8K. 1.6. We've got a chance here. I have so little in the tank, though. Gel. I think our best chance is somebody else, though. Select all. Just can't push that hard. I don't have that much left in the tank to be able to push. You can see I'm just barely able to push. Soro takes another win. So we don't get the stage, but that's okay. We got the combativity. We got the KOM. We are getting points out of this race, which is a race that we've come out of with 0 on more than one occasion. Sivkov, Johannesson both get in the top 10 for the stage. There's a gap given after Patrick Bevan in 11th, throwing Dennis at 12 seconds down. So I come in at 15th. The next one off the screen there. Cockard comes in at 18th. Van Hoek comes in at 20th. 18 seconds down, so there are other gaps given as well. And Case Bull is 27th, so surprisingly, they give quite a few gaps here. Van Hoek is that next one, and Turgis, and then 27 is the next group, and then 53, and the gaps really open up from there. We do have a little time trial that remains on this one. So where does this put us with the overall at this point? Soro with a comfortable lead. Nizzolo, Krag Andersen is got to be one of the favorites for what's to come. Sivakov could do well with his time trialing. Lutsenko, Johannesson, and I'm 13th overall at 32 seconds. So maybe, just maybe, we can have a decent overall finish in this race. But that time trial times are going to be kind of all over the place. So a 30-second gap is not necessarily much of anything. But KOM is ours. We're second in the points by a comfortable margin. But Soro, winning 2 stages, is easily ahead, and we'll take that points jersey. Young Rider, second and third behind McNulty. Next stage could decide that. We, as a team, though, are first place in the team classification, and I easily secure the Combativity Award.
Come on, let's give him some encouragement.
15 minutes is the expectation for this time trial as we push to get out the box. Alright, so we have descended, we are pushing on, and we need to be in the TT position as much as possible here. Let's push on a little bit as we go uphill, a little harder than the expectation. We're at 6 minutes already. 1K from the intermediate sprint, we're at 8 minutes. We're going to come up just short, I think. Okay, this one, oh gosh. I knew that it was gonna freaking do that, and I was out of the TT position, and it still rode on anyway. And we lost so much time there. I remember from last time we did this, just how that was so wonky as you have that little down up. All of a sudden, I was out of the TT position, and yet it still, it would not turn at that corner. So wonky. It just will not turn. I was coasting, I was out of TT, and it just still would not make a left-hand turn at all. And then it goes straight into that wall. At least you don't crash off, but that's so costly in terms of time. See here, it'll turn. It'll turn coasting, not in the TT position. Coming up 1K to go. We lost 30 seconds from that, or 20 seconds or so from that mistake. One of these days I'll figure out how to take that corner, but it just will not turn. It's like you have to brake. I think I handled that relatively well, but we did lose that chunk of time once again. Much better than the last time we were here, but the same problem persisted. I was out of the TT position, but no matter, it just would not turn. TT is not our strength. Sivakov was 53 seconds down, 55th on the stage. Case Bull was a minute 6 down. Johannesson, Cockard, Van Hoek. I still ended up being last on the team. The 30 seconds or 20 seconds that I lost ended up being the difference between Van Hoek and I. Otherwise, I was still very much at the back of the grid. So we got a ways to go, but time trialing is probably our weakest now. It might be the cobble rating, but there are 2 weakest. That part's without a doubt. So no other points on the stage. I mean, nothing else kind of mattered on what happens here. So we've got to get over. Where were we as a team today? Were we last? We were 20th out of 25. So in the overall, Patrick Bevan moves into winning the race 4 seconds ahead of Krag Andersen. I thought Krag Andersen would hang on a little better than that. Mollema moves up to 3rd. Schachman, McNulty. Sivakov takes 13th, so there is some points there for Sivakov to be had. Johannesson gets 18th. I'm not sure if that's worth any points, but Cockard and Bull. And then I end up out of the mix after that really poor performance. 33rd overall. Still the highest I've been at this race. KOM was mine. Points classification, 2nd. Johannesson ends up 3rd. I end up 5th in the Young Rider. 3rd as a team after being so comfortable in it, but that's a good place for us to be. I do get that combativity. So in the points, I'm up to 132. It's not a lot. It's 16th overall, but it's plus 20. plus 20 from where we were. Johannesson's still on 63. Sivikov is up to 46. How much points did he get for this one? Oh, just 3. 3 points for finishing right there at the tail end of the points paying positions, but that's still better than nothing, I suppose. Good thing I got into that break and got those points, because that was essentially what we got here. The 23 points you can see is still more than what some of the others managed to get. 262 now as a team. 11th place. If we can hang on to that 10, 11, 12 over the course of this season, it ensures we have that max calendar for the coming year. It ensures that we get a decent payout and can bring in another Sivikov type rider, somebody who's going to be significantly better than what we have as a team right now, which, in order to be competitive, that's what it's going to take. We're quickly finding here, through Paris-Nice, through the classic season, just how much tougher those upper races are going to be. And to be competitive in those, it's going to take more than one Sivikov on our team to make that happen. Not necessarily just pure climber, just higher quality guys that are 78 overall versus 75 overall. We've got that quality in the 75s, but we have really got to bring some more quality into the team. I myself continue to progress, though, and that's been a helpful thing. Shockingly, though, I gain exactly 0 attribute points from this race. None of those made a difference. We're at that you got to win a flat stage kind of point in time. You got to win a punchy stage point in time. You've got to win a medium climb, or you got to get those Cat 1s or Alls-Cat climbs to make gains. On the time trialing front, the individual time trials, we've already completed our 5. It's the team time trials that we have yet to do any with that are going to help us get a bit higher score in our time trialing ability. At 68, it's equal with Cobblestone as our weakest. Prologue is right there with it, identical. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.